Hi there, this is Noah with the Marketing and Training Department. This is going to be a brief video tutorial on how to use DRS's automated features to get more Google reviews for your dumpster roll-off rental company. So before we get started, I want to encourage you to like and subscribe to the DRS YouTube channel by clicking on the link in the upper corner up there or the link in the lower corner down here so you never miss out on any of these updates. So I'm logged into the back end and I am in the admin tab. I'm going to go ahead and click into admin documents automatic messages. Now you should have a message in here called survey letter or something like that. So let's go ahead and click into that. So we can see that this email goes out a day after the job. I'm going to go ahead and edit this subject line to be a little bit more personal. Anything I can do to make it a little more personal, I feel is going to increase my response rates. All right, now next I'm going to go ahead and edit the body of the email, and I'm actually going to click into source code in order to do this, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to add what's called preview text. So when you get an email and you see the subject line, and then after that subject line there's a little snippet of text, and then you click into the email and you don't see that little snippet of text anywhere in the body of the email, that's called preview text. And it increases open rates of emails because most people, when they see that subject line and then whatever little snippet of text is after that subject line, that's like probably more than 90% of what a person uses to determine whether they're going to open that email or not. So that preview text can really help you a lot, and there's a special little trick to put preview text in one of these emails. So I'm going to go ahead and click into source code to do that. And you should just go ahead and copy the code that I am using here verbatim. Don't screw it up like I almost did just now. So this is the code that is going to create that preview text, and the highlighted part, the part that I just now highlighted, is what's going to show up in people's email inbox. That's going to be the actual preview text that displays in their inbox. So I'm going to edit this a little bit. All right, so I'm hoping that that will also help to increase my response rate. The fact that I used the word quick, anything that I can do to try to, make things feel really convenient for my customer is, again, going to increase my response rates. So this won't show up in the WYSIWYG editor when we click back into the WYSIWYG. WYSIWYG stands for what you see is what you get. So it's only here in the source code. You can see that it's display none. In other words, it's hidden. And that's what makes it not display in the body of the email when the customer clicks in, but it does display in their email inbox. And we'll get a chance to see all of this in just a few minutes when we send a test email. So I'm going to click back into the WYSIWYG editor. And again, you don't see that stuff in here because it's hidden. And I'm going to go ahead and edit the text of this email real quick. All right. So I'm going to give myself some space, and then I am going to add some images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put an image of 5 stars, and then an image of 4 stars, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. And if they click on the 5-star or 4-star image, it's going to take them into my Google Reviews page so that they can leave a Google review. If they click on 3, 2, or 1 stars, I want that to go into my DRS survey, which is going to use this link. In other words, if they're going to give me a good review, I want that on Google. If they're inclined to give me a bad review, I want that in my internal survey so that not only can I collect data on it, but so that it doesn't lower my average ratings. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and click into here to add that image. It's going to be too big if I don't make it a little smaller, so I'm going to go with 50 pixels. And then I am going to click into link. I am going to do new window, and what that means is that when they click on it, it's going to open up in a new browser tab. Then I am going to open up a new browser tab, and I am going to go ahead and go into my Google My Business page, into the back end of my Google My Business, and I am going to stay here in this Home tab, and I am going to, it should say either get your first review if you don't have any, or something about reviews. And so what you're going to do is you're going to click into that, and you are going to copy this link right here. And you can just use that suggestion to enter the short name here. All right, so I am going to copy that. And then I am going to paste it into the URL field here. Let's see, yeah, we're at 50 pixels. Okay, we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and say OK on this. Going to press return, give myself a new line, and just do the same thing for my 4-star, 3-star, 2-star. Actually, just my 4 stars, and I'm going to use the link for my survey. As we discussed already, I'm going to use the link for my internal DRS survey for 3, 2, and 1-star reviews. And hopefully I don't get any of those. But we all know that every once in a while you get a bad review, even if you did a good job, because, you know, not every customer is as nice as every other customer. All right, once again, link is going to be target new window, and you get the idea. And I forgot to get the link for this particular image, so I'm going to go ahead and click into there to copy that link and paste it in here. Make sure it opens in a new browser tab, and we're good to go. All right, now, because again, I want Google reviews rather than my internal reviews if they're good, I'm going to delete that last line. I want all of those links to be under the hood. I don't want them to see those links. I want them to just click on the review they want to give us, and it's going to go to Google if they're a really good review, and it's going to go to my internal survey if it's not such a good review. So this should be good to go. I am going to go ahead and submit this. And then I am going to click into the Customers tab, the CRM. I'm going to search for my own name. And it doesn't necessarily have to be my own name, but it just has to be a customer with an email address, probably a test customer, right? It has to be an email address I have access to so that I can, check the end result. So I'm going to go ahead and click into myself. And I am going to get this order number right here. Then I am going to click back into the admin tab. I'm going to go back into that document. And I am going to enter that order ID into this field and the email address associated with that order ID and send a test message. Then I'm going to go into that other browser tab, and I don't need my Google My Business anymore, or at least I shouldn't need it. I'm going to go ahead and go into my email inbox. Sweet. So we can see that everything is working as intended. So there's the merge field is working, and that preview text is right here. When we click into the body of the email, we're not going to see that "Please leave us a quick review, Noah." That's, again, it's preview text. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And everything's working correctly with that link. Going to do the same thing here. And again, I'm going to click every single one just to make darn well sure that the links are working correctly. Sweet. So this is working great. Now, one last thing I want to take a look at before we wrap this video is the survey itself. So if we click back into Admin, Documents, Setup Surveys, we can actually create as many unique surveys as we want. So if we wanted to use the DRS survey system to serve multiple different kinds of surveys, perhaps different kinds of surveys for different kinds of jobs or, that sort of thing, then we can do that. In this case, most of us just use the one survey, so I'm going to go ahead and click into the one survey that I have. And so we can see it's pretty straightforward. You just write the question out here, and then you write the answer here. And if you write a dash between two numbers, then that means, that's the range that they can give. They can answer quality anywhere from, 1, which is lowest, to 5, which is highest. And then there's yes or no. Again, if you just separate it with a comma, it's going to give them those choices, and they can only choose one of those choices. And if you just leave it blank, then it's just going to be an open-ended text field. So that's all there is to it. Pretty straightforward. Getting more Google reviews, getting more positive Google reviews is one of the single best ways to increase your business because it's just going to give you really good SEO results since Google is more than 90% of search is done through Google, and Google reviews are part of, they're actually internal to Google. Google really trusts that as a metric for how trustworthy your company is. So the more of those you get, the more they're going to refer people to you, the better SEO results you get. And of course, SEO is one of those things that just generates passive income, right? Because people are looking for a company that does what you do, and your company is one of the first on Google, right? So again, yeah, this is just a huge deal. It's highly recommended for increasing your sales. So hope this helps. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.